the Plusinno Telescopic Fish Rod and Reel Combo with Fishing Line Review. Hello, it's Topwater Johnny here, and I want to welcome you to my Tackle Talk Tuesday. And in this Tackle Talk Tuesday, what we're going to talk about is the Plusinno Telescopic Fishing Rod and Reel Combo with Fishing Line Review. We're going to do a review on it, and we're going to talk about this particular product here. Now, some of the things that I want to just kind of go up front with here is that this particular fishing organization company reached out to me and said they would like for me to do a review of their particular fishing reel and rod combo. So I agreed to it. So they covered all the necessary costs and expenses to handle that in order for me to receive it, in order for me to give this review. So this is really an unbiased review because I've never really known about this company nor considered them. So what I'm going to do here is just kind of go over the specs here initially, kind of give you the specs on everything, what everything breaks down to, what everything looks like. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take it out for a field test and just see what we have. So let's go ahead and do a spec review on it right now. All right, so here we go. And here we are with the Plusinno 210. This is the rod and the telescopic, well, the reel and the telescopic rod with the additional fishing line that's included. This particular model right here is what they call their youth model. I believe that's because they add in there a little bit of line here, but the actual reel itself right here, the reel itself that you're looking at here, what makes that pretty interesting is that it's an MB 3000 reel gear with a ratio of 5 to 5:1, and it can actually hold line at 6 pounds. It can hold about 280 feet of line. At 3 pounds, 220, and at 10 pounds, 160. So this is one of their more lighter versions of their rods. This right here that they sent me is the telescopic rod, and it's a 7-foot. And I'll give a little kind of a demonstration of that a little bit later here. But I just wanted to show you the 3 pieces that come with this. This is actually a very affordable type of setup right here. Not more than $30 for this. So this is a pretty good setup. So there's no complaints there as far as cost goes, and it's a good starter kit for those that are just starting off in their bass fishing experience, whether they are a youth or they're adults. It's something good that they can start with. Also, what makes it practical is that it's telescopic, which means because it's like this, you can take this just about anywhere, whether it's on travel, going out of state, or maybe you're going to fish somewhere else, and you'll be able to take this setup with you along the way. So this is a really affordable and a really good piece of fishing equipment to get yourself started with here. So I just wanted to start off with the review from that context. This is practicality. It's compatible, meaning that it's compact, and it's compatible with a lot of other lures and other reels that you might have. But this one right here is a good one for your travel purposes. Okay, so what we're going to do here now is we're going to take a closer look at the reel here. Now, the reel that you're looking at right here, this is an MB 3000 reel gear, and the reel gear ratio on it's 5 to 5:1 here. So it's got a pretty good reel ratio here. Very good spinning action right here. As you can see, it's moving in and out. I love the handle. It's a good, strong handle here. And one of the things that, you know, when you're very starting out as a fisherman and you're beginning your fishing experiences, you want to have some good equipment to get yourself started with. And this particular model is what they call their youth model, but this is definitely not just for youth. It's for someone that's starting out fishing for the first time, and they really want an affordable and practical way to get themselves involved with fishing, whether it's bass fishing, it's bluegill fishing, crappie fishing. This is really an all-purpose type of reel that allows a person to enjoy themselves. So it doesn't just require you to be a young person to enjoy this particular reel right here. This right here can be enjoyed by just someone who is starting out for the very first time as a fisherman, and they really want to have that great fishing experience, and they don't want to spend a lot of money at first. They want a combo that will allow them to go out, have a good time, catch some nice fish with it, whether it's a lot of different smaller fish, or maybe you want to catch some bigger fish. But this particular setup will allow you to get down that road of beginning and starting out and really just enjoying yourself as a fisherman. Less than $30 for the whole setup right here. So you're going to get this particular reel right here, the MB3000, and you're also going to get your telescopic rod right here. And the telescopic rod really makes the whole kit work because it's so practical. What it does for you is that it allows you to just put this in a bag, put this in the back seat of a car, put this anywhere you want, and boom. Whenever you have the opportunity to go fish, you can go fish. So for young people, it's a great thing because it's easy to set up and get out there on the water and start fishing with. For those like myself who've been fishing for years and years and years, I literally have been fishing since I was 4 years old. And I started off with cane poles, and anyone knows what cane poles are. They're long, long sticks, and you got to be strong to hold a cane pole when you're a little kid. Well, you grow up using those type of items, and then something like this comes along, where this right here is so practical, it's so useful, it's so adjustable that it's a great tool for when you want to really get out here and start fishing, whether you're a beginner or a new person. Now, for the people that watch this video that are more pros, what makes this such a great item right here is because of its practicality. If you're like me, you're driving around in your truck, in your car with your rods and reels in the back seat. And chances are they're one piece. And I have a lot of 7-foot rods. So they're one piece. So they have to be pulled over to the side, hung to the side, and hopefully don't scratch the back of my head because they're already rigged up to go fishing. But with this one, now I have a tool which I can rig up to go fishing with, and I can break it down really small so that when that opportunity comes, and you've seen it before on the side of the road, where there's an opportunity to go fish, and you're like, man, I wonder if there's anything in there. I'd love to get over there, fish real fast, and get out of there. This is what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using this right here, along with this reel right here, and I'm going to go fish it real fast to see if there's anything in it. And if there's something in it based on fishing with this, then I'm going to bring the big guns out, my big 7-foot rods out, and then I'm really going to work that area. But this makes it great. This makes it great for travel, whether you're on an airplane or in the car and you're traveling. This is something that you should have in the car, whether you are a beginner or if you are a pro and someone's been fishing for years and years. This is a practical piece to have. Doesn't cost a lot, but will definitely give you lots of enjoyment and pleasure. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at the actual rod itself and just kind of pull it out and see what it's all about. All right, here we are outside. Wanted to kind of bring it outside here and wanted to show it to you one more time here before I actually bring it out and extend it here. And as you can see here, I put the reel on now. So we've got a pretty smooth action here. And it's on the left side for me. This is on the left side here. And we'll unstrap it. And when we unstrap it, we start to bring it out because it is a telescopic. Bringing it out. Bringing it out here. And we brought it out. And as you can see here, it even has, on this particular one, it has an orange tip on the front of it, which is really kind of good for younger fishermen. This is actually you can see it here, this is actually a 7-foot rod. So this is like a really long rod here, 7-foot rod. And once you kind of line it up, making sure that all the eyes are straight, so making sure all the eyes are straight here, this thing pretty much locks down and you are ready for action here. Now, like I said before, not until I cast it will I know what kind of reel action that it has on it as a reel itself. But I just wanted to give you this kind of demonstration of it right now so that you can see what it looks like as a 7-foot rod here. And pretty much it looks great. So next step is really just to take it out here on the lake and fish it and see what we can do with it. So that's our next step. Hey everybody, it's Topwater Johnny here, and we're at the lake now. We're going to do some testing on the telescopic fishing rod here. So I'm going to do some throws just to see how it operates, what it looks like, and how it moves. So that's what we're going to do here right now. So I'm going to go ahead and let it out, and then we're just going to see what happens. All right. All right, we got it all let out now. And I decided to go ahead and put a bobber on it just so I can see what kind of distance I can get out of it by actually throwing it. So I just wanted to see the distance that I can get. So let's go ahead and find out. There's a little lightning in the distance there. All right, we're gonna do our first throw now. And that reel's pretty smooth right there. The reel throws good. So there's really no complaint about the reel itself. And the rod, even though it's a jointed rod, it's a telescopic rod and jointed, it still handles really good. We're gonna do one more throw like that. Let's throw it out there even further. Once again, like I said, the rod is pretty sensitive, and I can even actually do it like a topwater lure almost here when I'm popping the bobber. So there's no complaints. The question is always the same here. Doesn't matter the rod and reel. The question is, does it catch fish? And that's the key. Does it catch fish? Can you catch fish on it? And it seems to be pretty good here. No complaints so far. I'm gonna throw one more time out there. And as you can see, I got that. Probably can see it. That yellow tip on there, orange tip on there. So. Seems to be going pretty good. All right. So what we've come to terms here with is that this telescopic reel right here, 7 foot. Definitely you can throw it on a actual bobber setup here. And for somebody that's beginning, this is pretty much a really good setup. Plus it's convenient. And even for those out there that have some experience but never really have invested in a telescopic reel, rod and reel combo, this would be a good start. There's things about it, of course, with any rod and reel, especially when you're trying to do something for the first time. There's always challenges that you're going to have. And so for this one, definitely there are little challenges along the way, but for someone just trying to get started, this to me is a good setup. So I don't really have any complaints about the rod. I mean, the reel is fine. The rod in itself, it doesn't really say like how long it is or what type of weight it can handle, but it does handle well. So there really isn't any, like I said before, I don't have any real complaints at the moment about it, but I'm going to keep doing my review of it and then let you guys know more. All right. Okay, so now we've thrown it with a bobber. Now I've got it on a little wacky rig right here just to see it in action, just to see how it would throw and how it feels, because you can throw a reel, spinning outfit with either like a bobber or whatever, but also, I throw a lot of lures, so I just want to see how it feels with just a regular worm on there, see how this feels. It's got a good throw, even with a worm on it. The worm is a lot lighter. I can still pop it, or I can do a little jerk, or I can bring it up like that. So it's actually handling a little worm really good too. So once again, there's no complaints on it. Throw it out one more time here. Throw it out there. Bring it up. Hop it along. Hop it along. Yep, so it's handling really good here. The reel is handling better than I thought. Better than I thought. Remember, this is a youth telescopic reel. So this is for a youth, but also a young person. So really someone new that's fishing. And what I'm finding is that this is handling really well. You can, as I said before, this thing is a telescopic, so that means it can be broken down and easy to carry, easy to transport. But whether you're throwing a bobber or you are throwing a artificial bait, this telescopic reel will get the job done and you will be able to do some throws. One of the areas of opportunity that I like to call it, instead of like calling it anything else, is that with the youth, they provide you with some line, but it's really, really light line. So you want to be careful if you're having someone young using this, because they could snap it. Now, a more skilled fisherman could finesse the fish in on light line, but someone younger, you might want to put a heavier pound test on here, maybe 12 fluorocarbon, to make sure that they don't pop the line, because this is a big pole, 7 foot, and if you snap it, this line will snap. So that's one area of opportunity that I would say with this particular product right here. But it's just something that this comes with line, so it's good starter line. But make sure you put some more line on here that's a little bit heavier, so that you can handle, so that person can handle those opportunities to catch bigger fish, even when they're fishing for little fish. So that's really my review at this particular time here. Also, there's always things you can point out on a setup, but this is one of the most affordable setups out there. So I'm not going to pick it apart with a lot of criticism. I'm just going to say, if you are brand new to fishing and you want to just kind of get out here and get started and do something really light and fun and getting yourself into it, or if you are someone that's fished for a long time and just want something really quick and convenient that you can use, that given your skill set, you could make work, this right here, the Plusinno, would be the one that I would recommend for you. All right. Well, there you have it. That was the review of the Plusinno Plusinno 210 telescopic and reel. So what I wanted to do here in this particular video was I just wanted to do an overall review of it in action, from taking it out of the box to actually disassembling it, looking at all the pieces of it, stretching it out, and then coming out to the lake and doing some casting with it. Overall, like I said before, I think this is a good starter reel for a youth or for an individual that's kind of like, you know, hey, they got some skill, but they just wanted something quick and dirty to have available that they could throw just in those sudden opportunities, because that's the way I look at this rod and reel. So it's a great little setup to have. It's really affordable. There's a link down below of my video where you can click over and check it out and see how much it's running for on Amazon. So all of these things are available to you. Once again, I want you to make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel, because I'm trying to grow the channel. This is kind of was my Tackle Talk Tuesday. So I wanted to share with everybody some things that, you know, some fishing tools, some tools and opportunities that you could use out here. And throughout the upcoming videos, that just about, I'm going to try to make sure that I start releasing these Tackle Talk Tuesdays with lures and with rods and reels that I'm using, things that I like. If you got any questions or anything like that, please comment below. Also, please like and share, and also make sure you hit the bell so that you are notified when I upload these actual videos. So once again, this is Topwater Johnny, always saying, keep your line tight, because when those fish hit that topwater lure, it's going to be a big bite. All right.